Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Joshua Aviles. How amazing they look. Somebody basically typed in superheroes that represent different countries, or just superheroes representing America. The superheroes with their superhero animal pet. Look at how cool that is, man. What? Look how amazing that is, bro. What? You know how amazing that is? What? Woo! Wait! They got some cool superheroes. Look at that! What? Bro, they look amazing. What? Do you know how amazing that looks, man? Holy! Hey! What? Oh! You still can understand that fool, man? That voice is so high, like you sound like a chipmunk, and there's no way you can understand him. Even if you can't understand him, it's probably annoying after a while at some point.
You're gonna do superhero landing. Wait for it!
Yeah, there's times, you know, you don't have time to text, you can't text, and you shouldn't text. In fact, should pay attention to your daughter first, your son first, and all that stuff, unless it's your daughter, son, or wife that is texting you, calling you, or stuff like that. But like, if you're driving, that's not the time, guys. I've almost died in a car, guys. I mean, that sounds like a good reason, right, to stop texting, don't you think? Just to stop texting, I mean, while you're driving, and stop doing this while you're driving. Stop, like, looking other ways while you're driving other than forward. You know what I mean? And sometimes you have to look at the side and behind you, of course, because you kind of have to know your whole surroundings when you're driving, even when you're walking, guys. When you're sitting, when you're doing nothing. When you're sleeping, you should know what's going on all around you. How's that possible? You're going to have to, man, I mean, you got, there's got to be ways you can figure it out. We're going to have to, like, you know, the only thing that makes me feel like someone's ignoring me if they don't text me for some time is actually as if really if they don't respond, they could go for days not talking, and that's fine because they might be working, they might be busy with their daughter, they might have had some birthday parties to go to. It's fine. You can go days not responding to me. But if we were just talking, the only time like that day, it bothers me when they don't talk to me that day. So if we were just texting, we were just talking, and I sent something that is not even a big deal, it's a small thing. It's just like, all right, I'll see you later, or have a good day, or especially something nice like, I love you, dude, or I love you, girl, or bless you. And you just like, you leave that part when I'm trying to actually be nice to you. You leave that part unanswered, or you could, and it wasn't even if it was just not polite words, it was just have a good day then, or I'll just see you later, have the rest of the day. And you decide to leave that unanswered. I mean, I feel like you're ignoring me on purpose. Now, there is sometimes though, I could understand, as it depends on a person's personality, if they don't mean that kind of thing. There is sometimes where I could understand where, and I mean, that's if they're usually nice and they don't mean those things in a bad way. Not if they're usually mean, if they're usually nice. I could understand those people better, but I could understand also if, like, this is what I'm saying I could understand. I could understand more so if people are basically like maybe something suddenly happened, or they were already rushing to work, so they couldn't answer the rest of the stuff. And when you said bye, they had to leave it there. It was like a time to, in a way, it was a good time to not respond. I get that, because you could always respond to it later or explain why you had to rush out later. Either way, you could say bye again later, or say where you had to rush and you didn't say bye that time, whatever, or you didn't respond to the bless you or whatever, and that's fine. You know what I mean? You know, you're rushing to work, you're busy. Your daughter said, "Daddy, I need you," and they asked for you. Or they said, your daughter said, "Mommy, I need you."
Let's go.
And they asked for you. Or your boss literally called you and said, "Daddy, I need you, Mommy, I need you." I'm joking, but some people do be saying like, "Papi, Mommy." or daddy. It's more than one person. It wasn't
Surprise
just
yourself
Joe,
with
my
savings.
brother.
Get over 40%
He has a lot
off
of
the
great things
entertainment
about
you
him.
love.
Of
You
course,
won't get that anywhere
I miss
else.
you, Joe. Of
Only
course, I
with
remember the good
Verizon.
times too, not just the bad times. Jeannie already told me, there was this time where he was remembering all the good memories. I think about that too. Why do you think I get sad? Like, I don't just get sad when people are mean to me. When he feels cool because he's being a jerk in front of the friends to make himself look cool in front of the friends. Like Jonah did sometimes, but Jonah had a lot of good about him too. But he had that side of him where he would make fun of somebody to look cool in front of people. Literally make a bunch of people laugh at me. Even people in church laugh at me, and somehow they didn't know why Josh was sad or Josh, what became suicidal and stuff like that. And that wasn't just Jonah. I mean, it was a bunch of people. People treated me like that in school, and then my own brother. All right, so now, but he has some good stuff. My brother treated me good a lot of times, but there was a lot of times he was willing to, in front of his friends, literally mock me and get all of them to laugh at me. Now, he may be a lot better nowadays, especially now that he has kids. I don't know. And it's funny because he's younger than me. He's 3 years younger than me. And yet he bullied me, essentially. And now, really, it doesn't matter whether you're older or younger. No one should be bullying the other person. Even, like, it doesn't mean I should have bullied him. And I'm glad I didn't. No one, whether you're older or younger, should be bullying the other person. Unless, of course, they did it first and it's out of self-defense. It's not really bullying then that you're doing. You're doing it out of self-defense. If they did it first, you're just defending yourself. You know what I mean? You're just backing yourself up. Now, there's a lot of good about Joe. I mean, I could go on about good memories too. There's actually a lot of good memories. I think about it. So what I'm saying is I get sad about that too because I wish it was still that way. I remember drawing with him and Ryan, and we made comic books. But Ryan started to become a jerk too, and I think Joe agrees with that because they even started to argue and stuff like that. It's crazy, but he has some good stuff about him too. So in case he sees this video too, it's like it ain't just out of fear. I'm saying it's true that there's also good about them and bad about them. What people are gonna say? I have a tattoo on my face that I don't work in a job as much as they work. So basically, I'm bad because I don't have as much money as them. Because I didn't just quit these jobs. These are people that discriminated against me and treated me bad. If you think I'm lying, I'd love for you to meet those managers I had and coworkers I had, even the customers, which all treated me bad. It's bad. It was that bad where I felt it was worth just not having a job. And I know the spirit world is real. If those people are Christian and they don't think the spirit world is going to affect them in their job, they're not really full Christians. I know the spirit world is real because all of that happened. Like one time I finally got another job. It was great. And this time all the employees seemed great because it was a small amount of employees, like 3 employees. There's a lot in the store, but there's 3 in my specific department in the store. And just when I got the job, guess what? They hired a new person. Guess what type of person they ended up being? Probably the biggest a-hole. Notice I didn't say ASS hole because, some of you are Christian and stuff like that. But I'm saying biggest a-hole, I'm saying, is what was the new employee. And guess what? They didn't just treat me bad. So I don't just quit job for people who think I'm a quitter. I went to the military for a reason. I went to I used to work at a hospital, the Florida hospital, for a reason as a image assistant. That is being an assistant to people who do x-rays. I used to be a teacher's assistant, not just in Sunday school for church, which I did that too. And then temporarily the actual Sunday school teacher himself. But I was a teacher assistant in a elementary school, in an official government elementary school that were taking care of mentally disabled people. And they paid me well, and it was great. Like, I've done great stuff. I've proven what type of person I am, done a lot of great stuff. And all these girls reject me because they think I've never had a job before. And they don't know all that great stuff. They don't know they're rejecting an army soldier, an ex-army soldier. They don't know they're rejecting somebody who worked at a hospital. They don't, and there's more stuff I've done besides that. I'm also like a professional artist. Like I literally drawn 3 comic books, complete comic books with comic book covers. And the only reason they're not sold all over the world yet is because I haven't made enough copies to sell more of them. But, if I do that again, I can mass produce them, get them trademarked, and sell even more of the comics and merchandise in clothing form and of videos, movies, and make real life superheroes eventually. So, I know what I'm doing. The problem is, literally, I've been attacked. I even remember my grandpa telling me, the Bible says it too. That type of battle he's talking about in that moment that they were battling, he was writing to the church. He's saying, we're not battling, like this battle we're battling, we're not battling against flesh and blood, because they've been through some actual physical battles. But he's probably saying in that moment, that's not flesh and blood. Like what we're going through now, we're not battling flesh and blood. We're battling principalities and powers. So I'm going to tell you something Jesus said. While he was ascending into heaven, okay, he said, I have to go to prepare, you remember that, prepare a place for you with my Father so that you could be there too. And if I don't go, I can't send you the helper. So I have to go to send you the helper. But Jesus also said that that helper will come to undo the one who ruleth over this world. Now, does that mean God's ruling over the world at the moment? Why would God want to undo his own thing? No. Sadly, it would mean that there's another ruler of that world. And so I don't know if it could be sin ruling the world, Satan ruling the world. I don't know. I'm telling you is, if he himself said something like that, and go read it in case I didn't quote it perfectly, but the Bible's there. If I do this for me, and you can see how when I say if, it's because I'm not 100% sure there's a God, but I still believe it's very possible there's a God. And when Jesus was saying that stuff about there being he was trying to undo the ruler in his kingdom, it makes sense, guys. That this kingdom, the kingdom of this world, is different from the kingdom of heaven. God was saying stuff like that too. And so it's like, though it does sound confusing, because it's like, isn't God the ruler? Like, didn't God made earth and heaven, and isn't he the ruler of just everything? Well, the Bible says he's not just a ruler, and he's not just above all that, he's God. So yeah, the word God tells you, yeah, he's above all that. He's the God of everyone, God above everyone. But it looks like God is trying to undo. Literally, he said he wants to undo stuff that already was done, that some people keep trying to go against God. Oh,